Little Witch Academia. This adorable little comedy show popped up several times on my radar, and I was immediately blown away by its charm. Apparently, it's based off of a short film, but I've never seen it, and this video is about the 2 current seasons on Netflix, so let's just focus on that. I'm gonna try to avoid any huge spoilers, but honestly, it's not like a super story-driven series anyway. Regardless, if you do want to go in blind, I recommend coming back to this video after watching it. For everyone sticking around, hey there, let's dive into this. So yes, Little Witch Academia is a comedy show, so it's not a very story-driven narrative. This is a wacky little comedy that's animated by Studio Trigger. Like that Studio Trigger. This cute little show might feel like a far cry from Trigger's usual scene, but I think they're the best choice for it. Trigger is amazing at really fluid animations, and the fluidity and stretchy expressions make the humor scenes hit really hard, and makes the magic come to life more. The show is like if you took Harry Potter and Mary and the Witch's Flower and then fused them together. That's this show. So the show starts with our main girl, Akko, going to the witch's school Luna Nova to learn magic, and everything goes great. Our main 3 girls are really the heart and soul of the show. They're adorable and fun, and their different personalities bounce off of each other in a way that's very endearing and very funny. Akko is hyperactive and upbeat, Susie is mean-spirited and lazy, Lotte is shy and sweet. These 3 are enough to sell the show for me, and personally is the main reason I liked Season 1 better than Season 2. Season 2 is still fun, but Susie and Lotte really take a back seat. To be fair, it highlights Akko's other friends a lot more, like Constance and Amanda. However, while I like Constance and Amanda, their personalities don't bounce off of Akko's in a way that's all that unique. Amanda's high-spirited energy is a little too similar to Akko's personality, and Constance is so reserved that Akko can't really have fun conversations or gags with her. Regardless, our main 3 are a lot of fun. So Akko gets into Luna Nova despite the fact she doesn't come from a magical family, which is becoming more and more rare. She was inspired by her childhood hero, Shiny Chariot. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you forgot this fact, since Akko hardly ever brings it up.
Shiny Chariot! Shiny Chariot! Chariot being shiny chariots like chariot! Shiny Chariot!
Unfortunately, Akko kind of sucks and fails at almost every magical feat she tries. Turns out, magical school isn't just cool lights and transformations, it is still a school, and that means plenty of bookwork still. However, much to her chagrin, there's one girl in class whose magical ability just kicks ass. Diana Cavendish. Diana is a really amazingly written rival for Akko. A good rival is basically the equal and opposite to the hero, and that comes in spades with these 2. Akko comes from a nobody family with no magical history. Diana comes from a mega-renowned, very powerful magical family. Akko works her heart out with magic, but fails miserably. Diana performs amazing spells with seemingly no effort. Even their personalities clash. Akko is very excitable, and Diana is very reserved. Their rivalry leads to interesting conflicts and great character-driven progression. If I have to gripe about anything, it'd be these 2 losers, Hannah and Barbara. In this whole adorable show, where every single character is cute and unique and memorable, Diana's goons are boring as balls. To the point where I was confused that they kept popping up, like background characters who just accidentally wandered on set. As I said earlier, there really isn't much of a plot to follow, at least not with the first season. More so, the show is mostly just used to tackle several themes that our characters find themselves a part of, Akko especially. See, Akko gets a lot of flack for being from a non-magical family, which is really the beginning of the witch's problems as a whole. Funds and student applications are at an all-time low for Luna Nova, and this once prestigious school is now under crippling debt and desperate to find a way to make a few extra bucks. See, in this world, magic is becoming less and less used worldwide. It used to be that a witch could use spells anywhere she pleased, but turns out magic was a finite resource, so now spells can only be cast near the presence of a philosopher's stone, or one of its few magical ley lines. The usefulness of witches have dropped like flies, seeing how now half the time they can't even use their magical spells if they're not close enough to a magical source. And then the other half of the time, the rising technology could already solve the world's problems. Technological advancements have really hurt the interest in girls attending magical schools. I mean, why fly a dangerous broom somewhere when you could just drive a car? The problem with Luna Nova and the witching world in general is their absolute unwillingness to adapt to the changing times. The witches hold a lot of respect for old traditions, hence why Diana and the rest of the Cavendish family is put on such a high pedestal. It's just always been that way. However, whenever someone tries to make a modern spin on one of their old classics, the witches throw a fit. Two major characters play right into this concept. Akko and her teacher from the second season, Croy. Croy uses technology mixed with magic to be even more useful than the others' normal spells. Hell, why fly a broom or drive a car when you could go in your very own hoverboard? Croy is looked down on by the other staff members for her technological use of magic, but honestly, they should be looking at what she's doing and start incorporating it into their own curriculum. History has shown that the refusal to adapt to technological advancements only means you'll get left behind in the long run. And of course, Akko is the same. Since she doesn't come from a magical family, she has no interest or understandings of their old traditions. So she kind of just starts to carve her own path. If Luna Nova was smart, they would put a lot more faith into what Akko is doing. After all, with applications to the school being so poor as of late, having someone from a non-magical family enroll should be a blessing for them. The problem is, the staff tends to get furious at Akko's insistence of doing things her own way. For example, her shapeshifting spells. Hands down, shapeshifting is the thing Akko excels at. However, everyone else ridicules her for it because, well, she comes out looking like this. Despite the fact Akko can seamlessly shift from one shape to the next in rapid succession, the others don't give her the praise she deserves. It's not the way they're used to it being. It's supposed to look realistic. It's defeating for Akko to constantly be belittled despite trying her hardest, just because it doesn't fit the norm. But the thing is, Akko is making big changes that are actually a benefit for others, even though it's not following tradition. During the Samhain festival, Akko and the other girls get the short stick when it comes to the festival's activities. Which really, it just seems to be more like an elaborate play than a real festival, if you ask me, but whatever. Mainly gonna have to be sacrifices for the big gross Vaharios monster, meaning they'll get eaten by the spirit, then pooped out the next day, which is nasty. But Akko is super determined to do well enough in the festival to get the title of Moonlit Witch, since everyone keeps saying Diana is sure to win it. But obviously, Akko doesn't want him to get eaten and pooped out. But this is such an old tradition that everyone keeps telling them they have no other options. Except, as Akko finds out, they do. Akko, with the help of Professor Ursula, the only cool teacher at the school, finds out that the spirit is a girl who lost her happiness long ago. Akko and the others do everything in their power to save the spirit, and they end up freeing her from her torment. And then Akko is disqualified from winning the title of Moonlit Witch. Despite the fact her performance left the stadium roaring with laughter, everyone in high spirits, and setting the spirit free, she's disqualified, because it wasn't following the tradition. Not all traditions are worth keeping, and if the witching world wants to stay relevant, they have to start following Akko's example of questioning what's really worth keeping around. It's hard for her since everyone looks down on her for what she's trying to do. Even the magic she's trying to master is looked down on in the magical world. See, Akko is so passionate about becoming a witch because she wants to be like Shiny Chariot. But Shiny Chariot was ostracized from the witching world. They looked down on her for using magic to put on a show. She's an entertainer, so she specializes in flashy transformations and big sparkly effects. This goes against the tradition of magic being used for its practicality. Yet Akko was so inspired by her performance, it drives her to follow in Chariot's footsteps and use magic to make people happy. If you have ever studied the arts, you have probably been in Akko's shoes at some point in time. Growing up, I would be asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And for a long time, my answer was become a famous artist. And when asked what kind of art I want to do, my answer would be, I want to make cartoons. More often than not, I got answers like, why not painting or sculpting? You know, real art. One of my friends told her mother she wants to be an author. Her mom's answer was, but what's going to be your real job? One of my other friends got told in art class you can't draw anime or cartoons, you need to try to make it look realistic. Arts in many forms have been looked down on for generations. Thankfully, it seems to be getting more and more accepted as a career choice. If your passion is to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, cool. Good luck. Those can't be easy to do. You gotta do statistics or something, and that was way too much for me. But for people like Akko, whose passion is something in the entertainment industry, well, odds are you've also been frowned on for wanting to do something so not conventionally practical. Little Witch Academia resonates with me because it's a good commentary about the modern generation, facing a world who seems overly attached to some archaic traditions and looks down at people whose passion is in entertainment. Akko's passion is contagious and inspires me to keep up my own passions. While I may not be doing art much anymore, and my dream is no longer to be a cartoonist, a word I apparently didn't know as a child, I do have my new passions. Making videos for this channel is something I care about, and seeing Akko's drive inspires me to have more pride in my work. Akko's passion doesn't go entirely unnoticed in the show either. Her energy is contagious. Hell, that's one of the main reasons she became such good friends with Lotte and Susie. It also has a big effect on her rivalry with Diana. Akko may complain a lot and kinda sucks at magic, but the fact that she never gives up is a testament to her character. Little Witch Academia is full of charm and is a sweet story about friendship and growing together. I highly recommend it, and trust me, I didn't spoil too much as far as the story is concerned. I encourage you to go and check it out, and maybe seeing Akko's passion will inspire you to have a little magic in yourself. Shout out to my $10 patrons, you guys are all awesome. Cool Duck, James Dodds, Andrew, you guys are really cool, awesome people, keep at it. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on Little Witch Academia. Anything you have to say, let me put them on down in the comments. Do you agree with me? Have you ever been in that position where you've been like, I want to do art things, and everyone around you is like, no, that's stupid? I want to know your thoughts about the show. Do you think it's good? What do you think about Studio Trigger animating it? I know I kind of barely touched on it, but I don't think anyone else could have done the show nearly as good as Studio Trigger ended up doing. So yeah, any and all thoughts and opinions, I'd love to see them in the comments. If you want to help support me, I do have my Patreon. Any and all contributions help a lot, and it makes you an awesome, awesome person. There are a lot of fun things you can get from my different tiers. Go ahead and check them out, please, if you would like. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.